basketball fans, welcome to the network. So it's your boy Nderitu here. So in this video, it's just going to be quite different, and I'm going to explain events that happened a few months ago. So a few months ago, I dropped a video on this network. It can be, I'm not sure the date, but it was in the month of May. So I had gone and watched the Thunder versus Cobra game, which I even documented and made a video. Then during the playoffs, I went ahead and attempted to go watch a game, and even I made it clear in the videos that I was making in the lead up to those playoff games. I said I'm going to go watch those games, and unfortunately, I was not able to because I got quote unquote blocked from entering the venue. So at the time, I dropped a video just explaining the events that ran up that led to that point, and I just gave a detailed explanation. So if you haven't checked that video, make sure to check it out. So in this one, it will be a follow-up hindsight to where we are right now. I will just break it down and just give an honest perspective on what I've seen, because since that period, I've released a couple of videos and they have been received differently. So yeah. So for me, when I came into Kenyan basketball YouTube, even the Kenya basketball community, my main goal was to give visibility to this sport, and not only that, but make sure to tell a story and reflect things the way they are when it comes to basketball. So I feel like I did a very good job at it, because given the statistics that I was able to rack up through the months and years, I can say I did a fairly good job. And even when even in my time when I was at Whoopi Sport, which ended at a very bitter note, I stepped down from Whoopi Sport and I decided to go my own way and do my own things. And since I left, I was able to make sure to cover the game, not only activities happening within our borders, but also outside. So they're doing their thing, I'm doing my own thing, and I'm happy. That's a story for another day. But in October of 2022, I believe that was the last time I checked into a KBF game, and I didn't go back again. So for the year 2023, I never went and attended a KBF game at all. And the year 2024, which is this year, I wanted to come back, but I couldn't. I got blocked, quote unquote blocked, by the guys who are running KBF. And I mean, it's quite interesting that the fan base is very small, to the point where everyone knows each other. So even if you make a point, or even have a different take on something, they go ahead and try to low-key cancel you. They low-key try to shut you off. But unfortunately for them, KBF is not a building, and it's not a flag. I'm not here to defend them. I'm not here to even forgive them or anything. I just want to tell it the way it is. Because it became a running theme that whoever gives a dissenting take, a different take, they decide to cut them off. But for me, if you've noticed, it's always been about integrity. Even I caught wind of players in the national team complaining about the videos I make. And the most interesting thing that I pick up is, if you believe anything that I say is false, you have the agency to go ahead and prove me wrong. Because majority of the time, every single video that I make, it's based on facts. Even the opinions are based on facts. So it doesn't matter how you feel, because facts don't care about your feelings. And I'm going to make it clear that if anyone will come out even and prove me wrong, because all the data that I use is available in the public domain, you can go do your own fact checking. That's not my job to do the fact checking for you. If you don't take my word for it, you can go ahead and Google search and check the facts for yourself. But the thing is, people here are so sensitive, they don't even want to understand where they went wrong and correct it. They want to remain complacent, especially the players, because majority of the time I fight for the players. But unfortunately, they don't understand that it's them it's them who was going to be on the receiving end of things that happen. So even late last year, I had my I had my campaign. I told people to boycott KBF. I told them, these guys are subverting the KBF constitution that is holding basketball together. What did people do? They resumed and went ahead and played. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to, bother too much. You can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. But the resolve I had at the time was, hey, look, you go ahead and play. But if anything happens, you're on your own. Don't come here and start crying to me on my DMs saying that, oh, this thing happened to me, or this thing happened to me. And you're the ones who went ahead and, and backed these people and went back. I'm not saying playing for KBF is bad, but all I'm just saying is you have to understand that there are consequences to actions. If you go ahead and stay with those people and go ahead and, take things the way they are, you're going to suffer in the end. So that's what happened. So I never came out bluntly and said that, because majority of the time I used to take it to my social media, especially Facebook and Instagram, and post my thoughts. But this time I will be posting my thoughts in this manner, so that people in the back can be able to listen to, and also have a bold, stand if they want if they want to come again and dispute or rebuttal my arguments. So the thing is, I have watched this game in its entirety when it comes to KBF. I have covered the most games, both inside and outside of Kenya. So if there's anyone who knows basketball, especially when it comes to the analytical perspective, it's me. It's very unfortunate that the players who get featured in these national teams, 3x3, 5x5, I've mentioned them constantly. They are too rigid to understand that they need to change their game so they can be able to compete. So the high-headedness of some players who play for the national team, who play for KP and Equity, they got slapped back to reality in the Zone 5, which I made a video and talked about. So the thing is, you can act all ignorant as you want. You can play all rigid and play all, I don't want to listen to what Nderitu has to say. It's fine. But understand that the ball doesn't lie, and you're always going to get exposed every single time. You see KPA, they were in Cloud 9 last year when they made the finals, but they laid an egg in the finals. Now this year, a year later, even with the videos I made last year, they never even took heed to anything. All they decided to do was say that I was being negative. And at some point I was like, you know what, let me just leave them to their devices. What happened? They played in their weak division. They got embarrassed in this year. And guess what? They're not even going to play in the WBLA. They're not going to, play. So the thing is, you can take anything I say in face value, and you have the agency to go ahead and fact check everything I say. Now, no one has stopped you. The internet is free for all. As long as you have data, as long as you have a good internet connection, you can go ahead and Google all these things. My job is to gather and report on what has happened. There's no fake news here. It's all facts. Everything is all about facts. So, yeah, some people take exception to the truth. And it's up to them. I'm not going to force you to accept the truth. I will never do that. If you want to lie to yourself, then so be it. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I know I've been very blunt, and especially when it comes to my videos, I say a lot of things. And if it touches you and you feel like you're in your feelings, that's up to you. How you choose to react is up to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I've said that so many times, and I've made it clear through my posts, through my social media, and anything I'd say is based on facts. Like right now, the league has started. You saw how the KBF league started all lackadaisical. A lot of people are just, ignoring. The referees are ignoring. Like the federation officials are just all over the place. They're not able to understand. They don't understand what to do. So same old situation. It's the players who are going to suffer at the end, not me. I'm just here to tell you how it is. the decision on changing how basketball is, it falls down to the players and the officials. All I can do is make sure to keep these people in check so that they can understand that we are all watching. So it is what it is. So that day I got blocked. I was actually quite amazed at people not being able to point out anything negative I said. So back to that day, I know I have went ahead on it. I've gone all over the place, but I just wanted to make sure I just stipulated the way it is. So that day, I confronted the Secretary General, confronted the fixture secretary. So even I asked them, what did I say that was negative? They couldn't point out. They said, whatever you say is negative, but if you point out anything I said and when I said it, and if I mentioned them, they could have said it. Because if you want to understand those people who don't even watch my videos or even see anything, they can't even point out when I was negative. So that's when you know that they have not watched anything and they're not objective. Because if you're objective and you listen to what I say, you'll understand it comes from a point of facts and logic. And that's something that KBF do not understand. And that's why we collide and butt heads with them so many times. And that's why you're seeing so many people vote in silence when it comes to my content. Because even since that day, I've gotten more views. I've gotten a lot of people who reached out and wanted to ask me what happened. I'm not going to mention any names, but everything happened at that time. So if you haven't watched that, I made sure to even pin their videos that they did those things. But I mean, it's very sad that we have people who do not care about basketball, running basketball. They don't understand what they're supposed to do. They don't understand their mandate. And the players in the end are the ones who suffer. And if the players allow these people to continue doing this to them, then the players should also take the blame. Because if the players stand up and say, you know what, we don't like this, I don't want to play like this. We can't play in a court that is slippery. Can't play in a court that is leaking. Can't play in a court that is dilapidated. I mean, Nyayo is falling apart. It's dusty. The washrooms are stinking. I've been there. I've covered a lot of KBF games. I know what I'm talking about. The situation has not changed. 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago, the venue is still the same. There's no upgrades on anything. I know they'll come out and say, we rent this, but that money they collect at the gate, what does it do? Goes to a couple of few pockets. Doesn't even trickle back down to even cleaning the venues or anything. So the players, the fans, the whole experience is botched. So even if the game is good, there's nothing to look forward to. Majority of the time, it's a very poor viewership and poor experience, poor fan experience, even for the new fans that you're trying to attract. Because for new fans, they want a good experience. They want to watch a game, they get entertained. There's nothing entertaining. The players don't understand it. The officials who are putting the games together don't understand it. The federation officials who are mandated in setting up the fixtures don't understand it. So it is what it is. So it's a very sad situation in Kenyan basketball. It's not even about me. Forget about Nderitu. Forget about me. Think about the whole experience when it comes to Kenyan basketball. Even for the person who doesn't even make content or even make videos in this format, just even you can go and ask them on the ground, how is their experience when it comes to watching KBF games? They will tell you the exact same thing. The amenities are down. The officiating is poor. Everything is down. So all I'm just saying is it's high time we change. I know the elections were pushed forward, and the usual people are going to go ahead and do the same thing they did, and they're going to be back in office. And who's to blame here? So your guess is as good as mine. So I will have said so many things, but I mean, I'll save them for a later video because I can even go on and on. It's upsetting at this point, but it is what it is. So I released the pilot video, and I'll be releasing a couple of videos of this nature just for us to just explore a couple of things. But hey, it is what it is. I'm excited. I mean, I'm just getting my groove on in this one, getting used to this new setup, especially the lights. You see my face. I see my face in full HD, so it is what it is. So I love this every single moment, and I love Kenyan basketball. Don't get me wrong. I love this sport. I love basketball. I love Kenyan basketball. I've played it. Even when it comes to like 3x3 on scrimmages, I play the game. So it's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, man, if you guys like it, like the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Help me get there. Oh no, come on YouTube. Instagram notification 11K. We're about 50 followers away. Give me a follow on there. So, and if you want to get like insights on my real-time opinions, check out the Facebook group and my Instagram in BA Kenya. You'll be seeing a lot of posts being made there. And also, if you want to reach out to my own personal account, Dennis Nderitu _, which is very weak, but hey, it is what it is. My DMs are still open. So like, share, subscribe. I'm out. We'll see you guys in the next one.